Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. This Movie Star Monday. It is the 17th day of April, and it is National Crawfish Day. Never been a crawfish guy.
I don't know that I've ever even tried crawfish.
Well, we should try it sometime. You might like them. I don't know. National Cheese Ball Day. Heidi's a big fan of cheese balls.
I am.
National Haiku Poetry Day. Heidi has a haiku, but I can't let her read it on the radio. National Ellis Island Family History Day. A lot of people who have family members that came through Ellis Island. And then International Bat Appreciation Day. So why would we appreciate bats? I suppose they eat a lot of mosquitoes and stuff.
Yes, they do.
All right. That's fine. Just don't fly around in my house. It is a Movie Star Monday. I already mentioned that. Amy Acker is our guest today. She's been in a ton of great movies. On this list, Cabin in the Woods. That's one that Heidi likes. Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks. I thought that was a fun movie. She's in that.
I did not like that one.
I love that. And then Let's Kill Ward's Wife. Remember that movie? That is so funny.
That is a great movie.
I was like, we saw the name of the movie. I'm like, who would make this movie? Then we watched it and we just laughed. Anyway, it's a funny movie. But she's got a new program that she's on now. It's called The Watchful Eye. We'll chat with her all about that coming up.
What a year. With prices on everything going up, it's more important than ever to have a better credit card. Some people use a credit card that's not a very good one. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Popcorn's reputation as a snack food that's actually good for your health popped up a few notches when scientists reported that it contains more of the healthful antioxidant substance called polyphenols, I probably said that wrong, than fruits and vegetables. A PhD professor of chemistry said that the polyphenols, I don't know what you call them, they're more concentrated in popcorn, which averages about 4% water, while polyphenols, they put that word in here a lot, are diluted in 90% water that makes up many fruits and vegetables. And another surprising finding, researchers discovered the hulls of popcorn, the part that everybody hates because they get stuck to your teeth, has the highest concentration of polyphenols and fiber. So if you eat that, there you go. I'm going to see how wrong I was. I'm going to send this to a friend of mine. How do you say this word? I should have sent that sooner. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know if you're a single woman thinking about cutting your hair really short, think again. Yeah.
Really?
A new study out of the country Hungary, so maybe it's different everywhere else, but they found men overwhelmingly prefer long hair to short hair. Researchers think this may have something to do with the idea that long hair means good genes, since it takes years to grow healthy long hair, but they don't know exactly for sure why. So, and for me, I like your hair however it is. Is your hair long right now or short?
It's shoulder length.
Because you have it pulled back, so it's not the longest.
You started
it's ever
dating
been.
me when my hair was short.
Yeah, I know, because I'm a weirdo, remember? So. No, I think your hair looks good short. It looks good long. What's the shortest your hair's ever been? You've never buzzed it down really short, have you?
Not on top, no, but it's been buzzed up the back.
Has
when we met, it was.
Was it really? I don't remember.
It was
that.
really short.
Was I there? I don't remember this.
Yes, you were.
All right. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. Jack Black has made some ideas for future Mario movies after the Super Mario Brothers movie record-breaking open at the box office last week. Black has nominated The Last of Us star Pedro Pascal to take over as the villain in a potential sequel. Following Black's turn as the voice of Bowser, in an interview, he explained that it's not a given that Bowser will be back in the future. Black also appeared to be open to having Bowser switch over to the good side and team up with Mario to take on another villain. So he's like, that'd be kind of cool too. And Amanda Bynes back in the news, released from the mental hospital that she spent 3 weeks in after being admitted for treatment. She was released after the medical staff determined that she was ready to get back to her day-to-day life. I hope things go well. She was spotted naked and roaming the streets like a month ago.
So sad.
Yeah, I'm really sad to hear that. I remember when she was just a kid. She's such a talented young lady. So I hope all that gets taken care of and she gets the help she needs. Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If it's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring in your current phone. iPhones and Samsung phones both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. The average adult now has 90 online accounts. That is a lot of accounts. 1 in 4 people use a single password for most of their accounts. That is what they refer to in the biz as a terrible idea.
In the biz.
Yeah, terrible idea. You need to have different passwords for different things, and then it gets really hard to remember all of them. So that's the tough thing about that. But yeah, don't have the same password for everything, Heidi. A survey. Oh, I know your password for everything. Can hack into anything, AR.
It's slightly different on every
slightly
account.
different, yeah. A survey revealed 35% of people watching TV yell at the TV. Most of these people are men yelling at sports, by the way. So I don't do that. I'm really not into sports, so it doesn't matter to me. And have you ever thought about how many miles per gallon you get?
No.
So
that does not even worry me at all.
Somebody did the math.
You do.
I do this kind of stuff, but
Yeah.
I didn't do the math on this one. A recent survey revealed the average person walks 900 miles a year. I'm probably way behind. Another revealed that the average person consumes 20 gallons of beer per year. So in that case, the average person gets 45 miles per gallon of beer. So that's not bad. And if you want to save money, a good way to start is by not buying food you're not going to eat. It sounds like a no-brainer, but in the U.S., average family of four spends between $500 and $2,000 a year on food they throw away. Vegetables are number one on the list.
Yes.
33 million tons of food end up in landfills. How does a family stop wasting? Researchers say if you don't bring along that thoughtful list to the store, many overestimate how much they actually need to buy. So, what? Don't bring along the list? You would think that it would make more sense to bring along the list, but what do I know? Scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
InsuranceChicken.com wants to know, how much are you paying for your insurance? I know it seems like a hassle to switch to a different company, but if you can save a few bucks, it's worth crossing the road to InsuranceChicken.com. We have several of the top insurance companies trying to earn your business. They do that by offering great insurance that is cheap. Okay, enough of the silly chicken puns. It's time to get serious about saving you money on your insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. So excited to visit right now with Amy Acker. You might know her from a bunch of great TV shows, a bunch of great movies, and she's got another really cool project out right now called The Watchful Eye. Amy, first of all, congrats on the success you've had so far. This show looks really good on Freeform as well.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a little bit of everything. You got a mystery and ghost stories, a little sexy soap opera thrown in. So yeah,
and
it's fun.
We had a chance to visit with John early on, like right when it was coming out in January. So we've kind of been aware of this project from like the very beginning. But for folks who maybe missed out and don't know about the Watchful Eye, let's get them up to speed and get them up to speed and let them know what this program's all about.
Yeah. Okay. So the Watchful Eye is a story about this nanny who enters this old building in New York where this family has lived kind of for centuries, this old money New York family. And this building is filled with very interesting characters. And there's been several mysterious deaths. There's some possible ghosts haunting the building. There's There's all sorts of drama, and it's got a little of the kind of upstairs, downstairs, eat the rich mentality, where there's a bunch of the nannies live on this kind of top attic floor, and you get to see their lifestyles as well as these people who are living in the building.
And your character, Tori, is not necessarily a big fan of this new nanny, is she?
Tori's not a fan of many people. She's a little testy, a little difficult. But yeah, she is very threatened by Elena for a couple of different reasons, and she's had to grow up protecting what she has, and I think she sees Elena for a bit of a threat coming in and what she's trying to do, shaking things up.
The program, The Watchful Eye, is on Mondays at 10 p.m. Eastern on Freeform. I'm going to throw a link to that to make it easy to find. Now, you've done a lot of other fun stuff. You've done some scary things like The Cabin in the Woods, some things that are not scary like Catch Me If You Can, some fun things like Let's Kill Ward's Wife, and then also some really cool television programs. Do you have a favorite genre to work in, Amy?
Oh, wow. I don't know. I do like doing kind of just, the one thing about most of those is they all kind of fit into kind of like the Comic-Con world. Like, I like doing things that have some genre aspect to them. I just think you get to do so much more, and you get to, anything feels possible in those kind of movies. And so, yeah, I don't know that I have a favorite, but I love I just like working. I like being on set, and I like getting to play characters. So I'm an easy hire, I guess.
Is it better in your mind when you have like a role where you're on a series and you're doing that same character for a long time, or something where it's a movie and you're only that character for maybe a month of filming, and it comes out in just one big chapter all at once? Do you like that where the project is maybe a shorter project and it's one and done, or do you like being a character for a long time like that?
I love doing TV. I think it's so fun. It kind of feels like you're in college or something, because you shoot for 6 or 9 months, and you really get to know everybody, and it really becomes a family. And then you go away for a few months, and then everybody comes back, and it's just I love that community aspect of doing television, and just how well you get to know everyone, and also how well you get to know the character, and the character really gets to evolve and change. And it's fun as the writers get to know the actors. They start to write, sometimes things that are super challenging for them, or, they get to push us in different ways, which I think is really fun.
Well, your character, Tori, can be seen in The Watchful Eye on Freeform. Thank you so much for your time today, Amy. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, and
Absolutely.
Thanks for watching.
Again, The Watchful Eye, it's on Mondays at 10 p.m. Eastern on Freeform. I've got a link to information and the trailer and everything in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
What a year. With prices on everything going up, it's more important than ever to have a better credit card. Some people use a credit card that's not a very good one. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back, or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Victorian families often kept hedgehogs in the kitchen as a form of pest control because they would eat insects. Then you had the hedgehogs run around the kitchen, though. Wouldn't that be bad? Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Only 2 mammals like spicy foods: the tree shrew and some humans. So apparently all tree shrews like spicy foods. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
When taking a warm shower, people experience increased dopamine flow, which leads to more creativity, which is why some people have brilliant ideas while they're taking a shower.
Huh.
So I don't know if you know this, but a lot of shower walls also double as a whiteboard. So if you bring a little whiteboard dry eraser with you, you can write on the walls in there. So just throwing that out there. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Before taking up painting, Bob Ross was a military drill sergeant. Can you imagine?
He's so soft-spoken.
I know. It's like, okay, everybody, we're going to put a happy little gun over this shoulder right here, and we're going to march this way.
That's really adorable.
It is. And those are several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. Yay! It's brought to you by Mintervention.com. Here's your question, Heidi. 1 out of 8 adults don't know how to do this. What is it? 1 out of 8 adults.
Whistle.
No, ride a bike.
Oh.
That's kind of a big number.
I don't know.
Could you ride a bike?
Oh, yeah.
I can ride a bike. I just,
Yeah.
again, 1 out of 8 don't. I did.
But with the invention of computers, don't you feel like how often do you see kids
That's
anymore
true.
outside riding around on bikes?
Never thought of
So
that.
parents aren't taking the time to teach their
Well,
kids.
there you go. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way courtesy of Mintervention.com.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If it's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring in your current phone. iPhones and Samsung phones both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A man in Romania wanted to see how many people would show up his funeral, so he faked his own death. Turns out not many people showed up. The 45-year-old man was pretty upset
that's
when
sad.
only his elderly mother turned up for the burial. That is very sad. But how weird is that you're doing
that's
that?
very weird, and that could be why nobody showed
Yeah.
up, because you're kind of weird.
What other
but
weird stuff are you doing?
How depressing would that be?
That would be very depressing. Yeah, I don't know. So he's like, well, I don't even want to die now because nobody's showing up.
Now I'm not even looking forward to dying. Thanks a lot.
And this is from like a year ago. This was on the internet and it was sent to me. And I think this happened like a year ago. So I hope the guy's okay now, because that would really change your outlook on life. And I hope he takes good care of his mama, because she showed up. There's a famous quote somewhere
His
that says,
poor mother. He didn't
I know.
even tell his mother he was faking his own death.
I know, again. But there's a
Gosh.
quote somewhere that says, if you don't come to my funeral, I'm not coming to yours. He could actually do that. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. The Guardian published 100 ways to improve your life without really trying. Would you like to do that? Make your life
Sure.
better with very little effort? One is send a voice note instead of a text. The sound of a personal note coming from your voice rather than a text is almost like a mini podcast, and people like to hear your voice.
Oh, all right.
So there you go. I've actually done that. Don't be weird about how to stack the dishwasher. They're like, just throw stuff in there. People spend too much time. At the end of the day, they go, it doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, I'm kind of weird about
I know
that.
you are. So I put something in there wrong once, and I got a 35-minute lecture. If you're going less than a mile, walk or ride a bicycle. Don't drive. It's going to make your life better. And make a friend from a different generation. So if you see somebody that's way younger than you or somebody that's way older than you, go over and just say, hey, I'm looking for a young friend. You want to chat? Okay, maybe don't do that because you probably get thrown in
It just
jail.
sound a little weird, but yeah.
Yeah, it sounds weird. The list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
InsuranceChicken.com wants to know, how much are you paying for your insurance? I know it seems like a hassle to switch to a different company, but if you can save a few bucks, it's worth crossing the road to InsuranceChicken.com. We have several of the top insurance companies trying to earn your business. They do that by offering great insurance that is cheap. Okay, enough of the silly chicken puns. It's time to get serious about saving you money on your insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Now your quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Quote today from Stephen Wright. Oh, I got two of them here. First one is, I intend to live forever. So far, so good. And then, the early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. I just love his sense of humor. Stephen Wright is one of my favorite comics of all time. Isn't he funny?
Oh, he's fantastic.
So funny. Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news. I think this is such a great story. I love it. It's great news. Comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. So here's the headline. Dad loses 80 pounds to become a kidney donor for his son.
Oh.
Isn't this amazing? Heidi has a cousin who became a kidney donor for his father.
Yep.
But this is a father who is becoming a kidney donor for his son.
And I have another cousin who donated a kidney to his best friend.
I love that.
Yeah.
A father in Canada has been approved to be his son's kidney donor after losing over 75 pounds. 16-year-old Hunter was diagnosed with stage 5 kidney disease in 2020. His kidney was operating at just 16%. His father, Daniel, was blood type match, but there was a problem. He was overweight. At the time, he was 275 pounds. To be a donor, he had to get under 200 pounds.
Whoa.
He said, I was determined. I really love him, and I put my mind into it. I am going to do it, and I went at it, Daniel said. In March, about a year after he started his weight loss regimen, he had reached his goal. Now he's down to 195 pounds. Daniel got the call on his birthday last month confirming that he was accepted as an organ donor for his son, Hunter. The transplant, by the way, is scheduled for June. He says, I'm pumped. I'm really, really happy for my son. I don't care about myself, but as for my son, donating a kidney so he can be a regular teenager without having to take these 10 pills a day and stuff like that while we're being active and aggressive at hockey player. He said, I just can't wait until his strife is over. People do great things for their kids. I love this story.
I mean, when it's your children, can you imagine? Fortunately, we never had to worry about that. So,
yeah, very, very blessed in that department. And again, I think this is just an amazing story. And I've got a link to it if you'd like to see. And here's the cool thing. I guarantee you that's better for Dad, too. And the scary thing is, I weigh more than he started out at. So way more. So I definitely couldn't be a kidney donor is what I'm finding out here. So if you'd like to read all this stuff, it's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great Monday. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.